Hi, this is Dave Bagley, partner with Morris Anderson & Associates. Morris Anderson is a financial advisory and turnaround consulting management firm. Over the last 4 to 5 years, we have a number of clients in the franchise and restaurant industries as the economy has soured, turned around, and is now looking to rebound. As part of that, we go to a restaurant development and finance conference in Las Vegas every November. It's a well-attended conference, about 2,000 people from the industry, mainly franchisors, the financial institutions that service them, the service providers, and consultants. This is a wide-ranging conference, a number of different topics, and this year there's a number of key topics that they're investigating looking into 2013. The key topics this year were Obamacare, or Affordable Care Act, the less conservative nature of the financial institutions servicing the industry, the general economy, and anticipated increase in mergers and acquisitions over the next coming 6 to 12 months. On Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act, a lot of the implications are still being worked out. Restaurants typically can have upwards of 50 employees per restaurant. So even for a small franchisee with 20 locations, the number of employees can reach into the several hundreds to even 1,000 employees. So the implications of the Affordable Care Act mandating health care for each employee over 30 hours is a very critical element to their expense structure. A number of presentations in the conference were focused solely on this topic: the financial, the tax, the organizational, legal structure that would have to be put in place to perhaps mitigate some of the costs. This is a key concern for many of the operators and franchisors, as it may take funds away from remodels and enhancing the customer service aspects of the operations and put it into healthcare. This is an ongoing topic that will plague the industry for the rest of 2012, well into 2013, prior to the implementation of many of the rules and work regulations in 2014. This seems to have mitigated some of the appetite of people to invest into organizations and has caused quite a number of them to talk about mergers and acquisitions, which we'll talk about a little bit later. On a different note, the financial institutions servicing the industry, particularly Wells Fargo, RBS Citizens, Cadence Bank out of Houston, and GE, all seem to be less conservative, perhaps not aggressive in their approach to the industry turning into 2013, but certainly less conservative than they have been since the downturn in 2008-2009. We saw this in a great deal of increased participation by a number of the banks and a number of presentations by them talking about some of the initiatives that they're taking in the industry, which is welcome news for franchisees and franchisors plagued with trying to find capital over the last several years to enhance the customer experience, to expand properties, and to remodel. This should help combat slow traffic and decreasing average ticket, which has plagued the industry over the last period of time. Part of the renewed interest in the market is due to increased valuations from the real estate side of the business. We see this in increased multiples on the sale leaseback transactions. Most recently we had a couple properties sell with 11 to 12 time cap rates. This is a great increase. This will help alleviate some of the funding needs that these companies looking to expand or to purchase buildings for utilization will help them provide the funding for that. The third major topic at the industry conference was the general economy. The big shock to the industry was that McDonald's reported 1.8% lower sales in October of 2012. This is the first time that's happened in 9 years. The industry was anticipating flat to low growth for the remainder of 2012, and this came as a little bit of a shock to everyone. Luckily, food prices have maintained, or commodity pricing has maintained their levels, and the anticipated increases have not come through due to the slowness in the economy. So profitability across the industry has evened out, even in the face of moderate sales growth. This is something that, looking into 2013, is a little bit of uncertainty, given that McDonald's has slowed, and now everyone else is wondering what's going to happen. The fourth topic that was prevalent at the conference is mergers and acquisitions. Given the uncertainty of the economy, given the certainty that taxes are going to increase over the next period of time, the uncertainty with the Affordable Care Act and its implications on profitability. In general, there was a strong discussions about sales of small to medium-sized chains for the franchisees. This is in a direct change to last year's conference, where most of the conversation was regarding around expansions. From our perspective at Morris Anderson, given the clients that we have served over the last several years, sales have seemingly started to increase at a reasonable rate in the low single digits. But what this has done is given clients a new level of financial stability. However, it has not provided the level of profitability that companies will need to effectively remodel and maintain their customer-facing facilities in the way that they had in the past. Typically, in the restaurant industry or franchise industry, remodels occur on the average of 4 to 6 years. At this point, many people, given the financial condition of the economy, have not remodeled in the last 3 years, so now they're behind. We see this impacting customer sales, employee morale, and given the uncertainty with the implementation of the Affordable Care Act, there's some uncertainty in the industry as to how that's going to be managed over the next coming year. We see this as an opportunity for the turnaround industry to help clients work through these issues, consult with them, and try to come up with innovative options to promote growth. Overall, while we believe that M&A activity will increase coming out of the fourth quarter, the combination of increased taxes, the Affordable Care Act, and moderate availability of financing, we believe that the restaurant industry will still undergo change and transition during the year 2013. Thank you again for your time. Again, this is Dave Bagley with Morris Anderson and Associates.